Nevaria, and this is Uniquely Everything. Uniquely Everything is a face-based channel. Did I say face-based? Okay, if you're new here, fun fact about me, I say stuff like Uniquely Everything is a face-based channel sometimes, okay? But it's all real. It is what it is, okay? Let's try again. Uniquely Everything is a faith based and lifestyle channel. And I just get on here and I talk about my walk with God and I share the highs, the lows, the in between. Not only just my walk with God, well, like I'll say, yeah, my walk with God, but like also just life. And my whole life, Nevaria's whole life is her walk with God. Like there's no me, my life without God. So, girl, girl, if you're here, that means you may want to know how I balance faith, work, and personal growth. I hope I don't disappoint you too bad, girl. But if you're not new here, then you already know the vibes. But if you're new here, I hope I don't disappoint you. But I chose this topic because, like, everyone is always, for the most part, in the general sense, telling me how well I handle everything and how just praising me for how I do it all and how I look like this. And it's just like, glory to God. Glory to God if it appears that way. Glory to God if that's what I'm representing. It's all Jesus, because one thing about it, it is not me. Because through my lenses, what I see, girl, I am a hot mess. Balance what? I don't balance it. It balances me. It juggles me in the air. Like all of it. Life in general. I don't got it under control. But I will tell y'all my methods of not having it under control. But I guess looking like I have it under control or whatever the case may be. Like, so let's just get into it. So I am a full-time worker. I work at 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So somebody asked me before, what's my evening routine? It depends on the day. It depends on the day. Okay, I'm sorry. This is you guys, my the people who be here who watch my videos consistently. Y'all know I am not the aesthetically pleasing type of girl. My life is just vibes. It's all just Navaria vibes. Okay, my evening routine is whatever. It depends on the day. Like some days it's up, sometimes it's down, some days it's great, and I'm very, very productive. And some days I gave all I had to give between the hours of 8 to 5. If I had something to give then. Okay. Some days is nothing. I just have to lay. I don't even know. But it's like y'all, like it's real life, okay? I'm not gonna get on here and paint y'all, try to paint a pretty picture or try to make it seem like my life is just everything to the T and I'm very type A-ish, because I'm not. Not by any means. So I don't even know. Let's see. Friday nights, my fave, because I have this mantra. Is that the right term to put there? Mantra is like something you tell yourself or something for you. I don't know, but I have this mantra, if that's the right word, that adulting will not steal my Friday nights. Friday nights, I don't do any work. My laptop do not exist to me. I don't clean my house. If it didn't get done between Monday and Thursday, it gotta wait for Sunday and for Saturday and Sunday, because Friday nights I order food and I just relax. And I watch TV and I scroll and watch YouTube videos, or I do whatever I want to do. But work, no, because I forgot to add, I'm also in school. I do fully online. So glory to God there, because I can't imagine having to go to a physical school. That's probably why I dropped out of school in the first place. But anyway, I am a full-time student as well. I know everybody's job isn't like this, whether you work at 8 to 5 or whatever the case may be. I try to do, in my downtowns at work, I try to get as much done as possible there. So homework, readings, if there's something I need to do for Uniquely Everything, or even on my lunch breaks, if I have to call this and get this schedule, I try to do as much of it at work as possible in my downtime at work. If anybody from my job and they're watching this, at my downtime at work, okay, or even on my lunch breaks, I try to get it all done then, because ideally I want my evenings to be strictly Uniquely Everything, or just if it's not a if I don't have nothing planned, like strictly resting for the most part if I can, or it's like not even just resting. I have to cook dinner. again, I have to clean my house. Like I typically try to clean on the weekends, like on a Saturday. But you know, when you're cooking, you gotta like get your dishes in order. I try to like do that stuff as I go. Does it always get done that way? No. So, girl, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. I think that's where really why I wanted to make this video. Honestly, like less of like to I'm gonna tell you how I do it and what it looks like and all the things, but less of that and more of like, girl, give yourself grace because none of us have the answers, okay? None of us know what it takes to be you, okay? None of us know what it takes to be you and the days you're having and all the things, and none of y'all know what it takes to be me. So if I come here and I'm just gonna lay on my sofa, then that's what I'm gonna do. I really do not like the days where I just lay on my sofa, y'all. I really don't like because then I end up feeling bad afterwards. Like I know I'm not the only one. Like sometimes, like I struggle sometimes because I have to be okay with like, okay, I need to rest right now. You know, I need to not do nothing. And on the flip side, sometimes I may give myself a little too much grace where I'm like, I need to do something. Like today, I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with y'all. I did not feel like filming. I did not feel like filming whatsoever. But it came to a point where okay, I had to choose between what not even I don't want to say that. Not even just what I have to choose between, but it's like ultimately God's will. Okay? God's will. And God's will is not always for my actions to be based off of how I feel. No, I don't feel like recording right now. I do now, but like at the start of it, no, I didn't feel like sitting down to film, and I wanted to just sit here and scroll on my phone. I really wanted to order me some food. But that's my reinforcement. I'm gonna order me some food once I'm done filming. You gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, that was tea. Y'all want to know how I do it? Sometimes I have to bribe myself in a sense. So it's like I don't get to order this burger that I want until I sit down and film this video. Okay, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just get straight to the reinforcement. I didn't want to do that. But it's like, then y'all wouldn't have this video right now. Or it's like, I wouldn't be on track with what I'm doing. Like, uniquely, everything is bigger than me. It's bigger than what I feel like. It's bigger than just, it's bigger than, it's not just about me. So it's like, okay, I have to do that. And I think that that's maybe tea for y'all as well. Like, we have to, okay, what's really important at the end of the day? And it's like, it is so hard to remember your why. Trust me, I know. Like it's so important to do. One of the most beneficial things you will do in these moments is remind yourself of your why. But I also know that it's very hard because sometimes it's hard for me to remind myself of my why. And sometimes I remind myself of my why and I still don't do it. So, girl, yes, make sure you praying about that because that's something I'm praying about too. Because we some things we can't do on our own strength, and that's okay. Okay, that's okay. It ain't no shame in it. Like, it's a lot of times, sometimes I can't do stuff on my own strength. It was the Lord's strength that got me sitting here to record this video right now. Because on my strength, it wasn't doing it. Like my strength yesterday, I didn't tap into it yesterday. I was supposed to film yesterday. Y'all want real? Y'all know I keep it. I gotta be real over here because if I'm not being real, then what's the point of anything? Yeah, and it's like y'all, it is hard. It is hard trying to like, especially like when you're someone like me, and maybe like lots of y'all as well. Like you have to, you want to be something in life, and you also want to grow spiritually. You also want to grow personally, and you want to be great, but you also like a tired girl. Trust me, I feel pulled in so many different directions sometimes. And honestly, sometimes like even when it comes to making time for God in my life, sometimes not necessarily God. I don't want to say that because honestly, the way I am with God, even if I don't, okay, this is what I can say. It's not necessarily I don't make time for God in my life because I'm gonna always do that. However, it's a sense of sometimes I don't create the space to just be intentionally one with Him. You know, I'm always talking to God all throughout my day. I can be having a conversation with someone, and in my head, I'm inviting God into that conversation, or like on my way to work, or even at work, anything. I'm always communicating with God. He's always in my heart. There's never a question. However, He deserves more sometimes from me. Like He deserves me to create a space for Him and create an atmosphere, and just it's just me and Him. You know, like when we're in relationships, we want our partner to do that for us. I know I do. So it's like God deserves that from us as well, and that's where I sometimes fall short at. And I like, even like with reading my Bible, sometimes with me being so, my outside life being so chaotic and I have all this going on, sometimes my Bible, me reading my Bible feels like a chore. It feels like, oh, something else on my to-do list. That's how I feel about cooking, by the way, y'all. Well, that's a different story, but that's how I feel like cooking. But sometimes reading my Bible end up feeling, sometimes, oh, it feels like it's like just something else on my to-do list. Like, oh, and it shouldn't feel that way. Honestly, last night when I sat down to read my Bible, that's how I was feeling, and I closed it. And y'all may not agree with that, and I understand that may not be your tea, girl. You don't do it that way if that's not, if that goes against your beliefs or whatever the case may be. But for me, last night I was trying to read my Bible, and I'm just like, this not doing it for me right now. So I closed it. Now I did ended up, I still read. I ended up changing it to my book. I don't know where my book is right now. I think it's in my book tag. I read my book that's about spiritual transformation and about like my relationship with God and me growing personally. I still was productive in a sense, but it was like I'm sitting here reading my Bible and it's like it just wasn't. I was faking. I was doing it out of like, I need to do this. I should be doing this, and it wasn't real and it wasn't genuine, so I didn't do it. And um, I personally think that's okay. And if you don't, I think it's. And if God has different opinion, or if God wants to work through that with me, I trust and fully believe in him and his grace and his mercy that he's gonna communicate that to me and reveal that to me in due time. And that's our business at the end of the day. But it's like, even for moments like that, but it's like, I that's something that I do want to be better about, not necessarily just reading my Bible, but creating a space to sit in God's presence and to listen, not only to talk to him, but to listen to him. And, just to be one with him. And like, I don't know, I just love him. Like, see me thinking about him, like I just love God. I don't know, and it's crazy because why don't I do it more? Like I love being in his presence, y'all. Like I love thinking about him. Like he's just so marvelous and he deserves more from me in that area. And I'm woman enough and real enough to say that I'm aware of that. And that may be an area that you may want to prioritize as well. And I think that, yes, give yourself grace, but also, work on it. Take practical steps to work on it. Like don't shame yourself for it. Don't shame yourself for it, girl. But, make moves into that direction. Like I said, just to piggyback, last night for me, it wasn't reading my Bible, but I didn't just be like, oh, reading my Bible not working for me. Like I'm not understanding it and I'm just not fully into it. I didn't just be like, oh, okay, I'm done. Let me watch TV. It was a thought, and it was certainly an option. My television is over there. My remote is right here. I could have surely did it, but I didn't. I still like stayed in that way a little bit. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, don't be afraid to like, don't, I don't know why I'm staying on this tangent right now, but like, don't be afraid to like, whatever. Don't be afraid to like, dot, whatever you got from it. Okay. Something else that like, helped me balance all the things of this life is like really, really, really learning how to say no to distractions and prioritize what really matters. I touched on that a little bit, but it's like, yes, pray about it. Y'all know me. There's pray about it, and it's like ask for God's strength. And there's nothing you can't pray about. There's nothing that's too ridiculous for you to ask God to help you with, and ask for His strength to be made whole in your weakness. Nothing under the sun too small. Nothing under the sun too big. But it's also like I said, y'all, we have to take practical steps. Like faith without works is dead. So it's like learn how to say no to distractions, because there are tons of distractions, and it's like prioritize. Sometimes we really have to think about like, okay, what's gonna matter in the long run, you know like even like sometimes with uniquely everything is like I said, reminding yourself of that why, and like playing your vision in your head and like really honing down on that, because it's easier. We right here in this moment, and it's easy to make decisions in this moment, but at what cost? Like what's gonna suffer if I choose to not handle any of my responsibilities for today? Like what am I costing by doing that? I mean, what am I paying for, or whatever the case, whatever I'm trying to say, girl. But and I will say, for me, I am not an organized person, not in life, not my thoughts, girl. I am just not organized. But I will say, when I use my planner, life just hits differently. Okay. I have my to-do list. I create all the things that's in my brain. Okay, what do I need to get done? What do I need to get done? And my top three things, let me write this better. So what I do is I write down every single thing that I need to get done. Not that's need to get done today, just all the things that I need to get done. Because I don't know why, but as an adult, maybe that's not your tea, but my tea, there's always something to do. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand how every second of the day there's always something to do or something I could be doing. Checking off of the list is bananas. Honestly, it baffles me to my soul. Like, whew, Jesus, help us, God. But write down all the things I need to get done, and then it's like, okay, what three things am I going to get done today off of this list? What three things am I going to get done today? It don't matter how big, it doesn't matter how small the thing, get it off the list. Now, for me, sometimes I do prioritize in a sense of like what's most important, but I don't put all of my big, most important things on the same day. Because let's be for real, we got to be realistic about this thing. Me putting all of my big, need to get done things in one day will not work for me. It's just not realistic. So I may put a big thing. I may put I need to film, but I won't put I need to edit. Not me. They may be your tea. Everyone is different. Please remember that. But I may put like, I don't know, something small, fold clothes, or like that's a big thing too. I know that's not small for everybody. But also like I think what was on it last week, it was like I had to call somebody first. I had to call financial aid. So it was like, okay, that's something that I can get done today. Even if you don't get it all done in one time. The idea is not to like, okay, I'm here, I'm about to get all these things done right now. Just get it done in that day. Like I called the financial aid office when I was on my lunch break. But still I was able to check that off of my list. Now I only have two more things that I need to get done today. And that helps me to like balance not feeling overwhelmed but still feeling the, oh, it's such a wonderful feeling when I check things off my list, y'all. And I believe it'll be a wonderful feeling for you as well. So it's like, yeah, I hope that's helpful. I also think that like, which I know that we hear this a lot, especially in this day and age, um but we hear it a lot because I mean it's honestly something to it, to make time for the things that like you enjoy and things that help you grow as a person. Like for me, I always talk about my puzzles. My puzzles help me grow as a person. First of all, it gives me something to do other than like just consuming entertainment or whatever the case may be. But like to sit and it also teaches me patience. Like it's something enjoyable can also be contributing to your personal growth. I believe all things are, but that's a different conversation. So making time for those things as well, and like having like an overall view of like what you want your weeks to look like. Like for me, like I said, I work Monday through Friday. Those are my more like work week. Those are more like kind of serious. Those are my serious days. You see what I'm saying? And on the week, that's not to say that I don't ever work on my puzzle on a Monday through Friday, because that's not the truth. But it's like I know Monday through Fridays are my more serious days. I have to go to bed early these nights. Like these are my more productive days. I'm like quiet. I'm like, okay, what, like I'm more structured in a sense. And on weekends, it's kind of like, yes, I still have things I need to do on the weekends, but it's more of like a vibe. It's more of like, oh, I have more time. I can like chill a bit longer, or I can work on my puzzles more, or I can do whatever the case I may be. What am I saying? I can do whatever the case may be. I told y'all. If you knew, I told you in the beginning, girl. Sometimes I don't know. But yeah, so I think that helps me having like an overall view of what I know I want my weeks to look like. Kind of helps me to like know, okay, these days are more of this vibe, and these days are more of that vibe. Like it's not like for me, like I said, I don't think that having a every single Monday I do this. And that's not to say it may never ever be that way for me, but as far as like where I am right now, I don't. So I don't know. I don't know. But I think that like if you are wanting to be more balanced in your life and juggle all the things, I think that like I said, having just an overall vibe of like, even if you do a week, 1 week at a time, I think we overwhelm ourselves by like trying to say every week is gonna look like this, because girl, life happens. Sometimes you may have a bad day. Like last weekend I got absolutely nothing done. It was a hard weekend for me. I got nada done. I got nada done. Okay, like So sometimes life happens, and I can't. If I hold on to how something should look, then first of all, I may miss opportunity because granted that was the last week, but like I don't want to like be so hooked in my routine that I miss something new that God is doing. Never want to do that, but also I also don't want to condemn myself if I get off track about something. So I think even if you need to take it week by week, girl, do that. Okay. I think as you focus on your personal growth, you'll be able to see how personal growth ultimately ties into your faith journey as well. Because one thing about your father, he wants the absolute best for you. He has plans to prosper you and not to harm you, girl. Like he loves you unconditionally and he knows you better than you know yourself. He knows what's gonna make you happy and all the things. And girl, so it's like as you take care of yourself, take care of your father's child, your father's baby girl. I don't y'all gotta know. I don't even know how to say this, but like I'm my daddy's baby girl. Like I love God. Like so it's like, and I know that he loves his daughter, you know, and he loves you unconditionally. So the two ties in together. Like you'll see how like you taking care of yourself and prioritizing your life and just like your mental health and all the things how you will see how like you'll start to grow with God as well, you know, because you are created in his image. So does that make sense? I feel like I want to say more about that. I just don't necessarily know what else I want to say about that yet. Like I don't know, I feel like there's like a lot of thoughts I have about what I just said kind of that I would get on a whole tangent. So maybe another video. I always say maybe another video, but like for real, it's coming in due time. But yeah, just sit with that. Like just know that like your personal growth and your faith journey, it'll end up like aligning with each other in a sense, you know, because it's all growth. You know, your faith journey, like you're growing there, your personal growth, you're growing there, and it's like I don't know, it's a beautiful thing, honestly, it really is. So I wish you all the best. But yeah, that's really all. Like I said, I hope I didn't do like now that you made it to this point of video. If you're new here, I hope I didn't disappoint you too bad. Like I don't have tips and tricks and I don't have like, oh, do this for 10 days and all that, girl. No, that is not me. I'm not the one for that and I offer no apologies. I do. I mean, I guess sorry, not sorry, sorry. I don't know. But yeah, just recognize that like life is a journey and recognize that no one have all the answers and breathe, exhale, you know, and just you got this. Like if this is something you truly want to do, like you want to balance the things of your life more, then you can do this, girl, because no, you serve a limitless God and you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So I think that like to sum it all up, yes, pray about it, ask God to help you in these areas, and also like find practical ways of how you can make things flow better, you know, or how you can not even just flow better, how you can take care of yourself and also like be a person and be have a social life and all these things. And sometimes there come times where like sometimes some things takes precedence, you know, like right now my social life isn't is like is not even at the top right now, and I pray that the people in my life know that I love them and I care about them, but right now it's like having a social life is just not what's most important to me. Yes, I do desire to have a social life, however it's just not, that's not just where I'm at right now in life. So like I said, to say sometimes some different aspects of your life may take precedence. I hope that's right. And that's okay. Like you are not a robot, girl. You are not some superhuman. You ain't Jesus, girl. Sorry to tell you, but you can do all things through Christ who strengthens who. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, and I know that life is hard, but I hope that you can be encouraged, you know, and I hope that you this video helped in some type of way. You're able to find some type of way. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm talking in circles. So I'm gonna end the video. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If this video was helpful to you, Go ahead and like it, subscribe, do all the things that we supposed to tell y'all to do. And also, if you have like suggestions, even if on anything I said, even based off like anything I said, where you can help me better, because like I said, I don't feel like I do a tremendous job with balancing life and all the things, but I mean, I do try it. I am open to all suggestions because, like I said, we're all humans at the end of the day, and we're all trying to figure this thing out together. So if you have things that like really do work for you, or if even if anything I said like kind of spark like some, I'm gonna try that. Let me know. Let's talk about it. All the things, okay? Till next time, toodles noodles. Mwah.